guys, it is live at 5 on Friday. So I'm calling them Friday Live at 5. How's everyone doing? Have you had a good day? Um, Ow, my dog stepped on my foot. Had a good week. I've been getting little phone calls on the messenger all day long from my grandsons because they have figured out how to do messenger calls. And their newest thing is let's call Nana and say, hi, Nana, bye, Nana. And then they're gone. So we're trying to teach them that at least they got to say goodbye and, what they're doing. So this is Love and Sparkles, and I'll be here from 5 to 7. I hope everyone's doing great. I am almost at 50%, guys. I think I'm at just made 45% on my Once in a Blue Moon. I'm working on a video of, nowadays how to build one and where to send one. So that was in the process, and my girlfriend called me, so I'll have to, hi, Tijuana. So I'll have to kick it back on when I get done so I can finish it. But yeah, I have made some awesome progress because I kind of did that for the Autism Month as my other one. And on Artemisas, I started at the bottom, which is unusual for me. I usually start at the top and work down. But I started at the bottom, and I'm up to, I got the one arm that goes across and the wand done. So done pretty good on that one too. So I've got two that are at about the 50% mark, which I'm really proud of. I'll see if I can find something small for Derek's. He's doing Tommy's up here. He's doing a pride one. So if I can find something that's got a lot of rainbowy colors in it, I'll do it. And then for the Micah lawn, I'm doing Sandy. So I got that in there. So I've got quite a few. Oh, and when I was on Heaven and Earth, guys, oh my Lord, they got more pictures. They got new pictures. They've got smaller ones that would work up being probably like 80 by 100, which is more manageable. So that is your reason. Save all your square drills. Save all your squares. Because if you save all your squares, you can get a fairly small Heaven and Earth design and work it up, and it'll be just fine. So yeah, it's worth it. It is worth it, guys. So I save all my squares. Rounds, depends on how good quality is. Squares I save. Because you can get teeny ones. The rocks I'm pulling out tomorrow. They are done polishing tomorrow. I'm gonna rinse them off, and then I'll let y'all see them. They're coming out really nice. I mean, for being little kid pick rocks, but you got little kids, what I'm talking about. They're not picky. They're like, oh, rock. so some of them are coming out really good. And I went and bought my ivory soap because you have to get ivory soap. And you just kind of use a grater and grate off about a tablespoon, and throw it in there for like 2 days, and that gives them that candy coating look to them. So they are almost done, and then I'll throw in another whole set. But this way we can see from beginning to the end what a whole set does. I know it started out with two containers, and now I'm down to like 2/3 of a container. No, so I don't need you in my lap. No. Hi, Cassandra. So I hope everyone's doing well. Weather's crazy. It's yesterday was 64 here, and now it's hot. It's like, eh. Yeah, let's go lay down. And of course, I'm not babysitting. I'm dog sitting. I have a little pug. Which I don't know how old she is, but she's black and got a white face. And then Roscoe, and I'm not sure what Roscoe is, but he's big. So I've got 3 giant dogs and 2 small dogs in the house. Of course, the break-in doggy too. She just went home for a while. She'll go home for a bit, and then she'll come back. And I'm trying to figure out ways to keep her from breaking in. It's like, learn to use the door. Knock on the door. I don't care. I'll let you in. but you got to knock on the door. I mean, it's like, oh, I wish there was a way you could zoom it out with this, but there's not in StreamYard. I've actually thought about possibly trying in YouTube, because now evidently I've gotten big enough that they'll at least let me have a live button. They used to not let me have a live button, but they gave me a live button. So they also hit me with a copyright strike for my clock. You know, the one that goes plays little ditties on the hour. They hit me with a copyright strike trying to say it was Christina Perri playing Thousand Years, which it's not. I know that song. I like that song. It's my ringtone. So I was like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah, that's Queenie. Queenie is the pug. And I've got to be careful when I put stuff on TV, because if it's got a dog or a cat on the TV, she goes ape and she'll like dig at it. And so I got mine way back where she can't get to it, because she would just tear that up. My cat does normally. My cat's always up there trying to, you know, how our hands are always doing like this when we're talking. And she'll be up there trying to get people's hands. It's funny. You'll see cat all for it. And they're batting at it. Not yet. I'll be glad when they get the cable out here. But I reset my data limit, so I'm on a higher data limit right now. So hopefully that's helping with the picture issue. Because like when I first get my data, I go at high speed. And then after I've used 150 gigs, they dump me down to like way low, way low. How low can you go? I did make sure I washed all my little camera lenses on the front and on the back. And I'm thinking about pulling out my older, because I have a Samsung. It was the 10, but it wasn't the 5G, or Samsung 9. And maybe pull it up and see what it does and use it for recording. Because if it does better, you know, I'll use it. This one's been dropped so many times and gone swimming. Well, I call it swimming, but I'll be in the bathtub playing games and I'll fall asleep and wake up to my phone being on the bottom of the bathtub. And that has happened many, many, many times. And part of it's the lighting in here. I'm thinking about getting a different color cover for my sliding glass door, because right now it's a blue with flowers, so it darkens it up in here. And I've thought about just getting something that looked like cracked glass, so someone just couldn't look in, but you get the light. Because right now you don't get the light, so I don't get no natural lighting, which kind of sucks, because that's my biggest. It's my biggest light, but it's like I said, it's a darker blue with some flowers and birds on it. Very pretty, but it just darkens it down so much. Yeah, they're according to my dad, the cable layers, because they're laying the cable. We could see them laying the cable, and they are about 3 miles down the road. So they are getting really close. They've come out and they fixed our pole. So our pole is set up to accept the cable. And then once they get it to our pole, all we have to do is just pay for the initial setup, which would be run wire from the pole to our house. I am all for that, guys. I am so for that, because I mean, I'm having to do it off satellite. So if a cloud flies by, it's iffy on what you get. And like right now with the no sun, maybe I'll take y'all outside. We'll sit out in the daylight. Maybe it'll do better. But part of it's just lighting in here. It's like really dark, really, really dark. And I don't want to put this light here on, because it really kills you guys. Because it's like right behind me and it's just really glary. But I'm doing that one whip and chat on the hay right now. I'm like on the last row. I mean, down to the last row. And then I'll be at the bottom. And I figure by the time my daughter gets back in a week from Disney, it'll be to where we can pull it off, take it over on the floor, and just roll it really hard to get them all to snap down, and then take my polyacrylic and roll, you know, the polyacrylic over it, and then get them to, because they're really bad for popping. and being double-sided adhesive, once you get them on there, they're gonna pop. It's hard to get them to lay flat. They don't want to. They're like they're kind of like set in their ways. So, but I did see some really, really, really nice ones on the Haid site. I also noticed they have smaller ones, a lot smaller, like 200 by 400 stitches, whereas this one's 400 and something by 600. So it's probably the equivalent of a 80 by 100, which is way more manageable. And some of them are actually in the one where you get them pre-printed, which are really cool. My roommate has not made it here yet. We was just on the phone a little bit, but she's like getting her yards cleaned up so she can leave. They're still trying to get tires on her car, and then she'll be out here. We're talking about canning some stuff up, and she likes to cook these big elaborate dinners. I'm not so much on the elaborate dinners. I'm more of like maybe small dinners, but she's like the super elaborate dinners. And what I might try next time around is the ring light. Actually pulling my ring light up and putting like the ring light up here. And I don't know what Alexa's doing. Either a storm's coming in or packages thinking about coming. I did order an Ann Stokes coloring book, so that is on its way. But yeah, let's step outside. I'll take you on my little stand. That way we don't have that artificial light. Maybe the regular light will be better, and I'll let the boys go run for a little bit. Oops, I'm sorry. Is that better? Yeah, because I'm outside now, and this is the regular light. There we go. And this is the regular light, so hopefully it's a little clearer. It's kind of like get the window glare out of the way. But yeah, it's nice out here today. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. I am on my front porch, which at this time of day I have really nice tree shadow kind of stuff going on. I finally refixed the heathens where she kept climbing in and ripping it out, climbing it in and ripping it out, climbing in and ripping it out. So we kind of got it rigged up to where she can't get in it as well. My citronella candle's like full of water, so I'm pouring it out. And then we put up an outdoor bug light. It's a little bug light you plug in your light fixture. And so we put that up to kind of control the bugs. And the most bugs I've been getting lately is these big moths. Big, huge moths. This is my porch that I usually have 9,000 little lizards on. I don't know why I've got all the lizards. And little dude decided that, hey, mommy's outside. I want to come outside because he normally don't want nothing to do with outside. He's like not an outside dog at all. But yeah, it looks like my dad is gone. He must be at my aunt's. And it's just me. I'm sitting out here, and let me see if I can flip the screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Let me see more. Settings, camera. I wonder if I can get it. Facing back. No, we'll go with the other one. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And I'm the only one out here. With my little birds, you can hear them kind of chirping in the trees. And then there's Tommy. Okay, That looks like it's actually better. Is that one better? Because that one actually looks better. So I'm going to leave it on that camera. That one looks better. I don't know what they're chasing, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs. They're chasing a squirrel. They are plumb chasing a squirrel across the road into the cemetery. There's a cemetery over there, and they're just chasing squirrels into the cemetery. Then they decided they didn't catch the squirrel, so they'd come back home. Crazy dogs. So yeah, that's what they do. Is it better now? Because I'm live right now. It shouldn't be freezing now, and I think I've picked the camera facing that looks the best. It doesn't seem to be as fuzzy. Looks a little clearer. Yep, that's the front yard right now. Oh, who's all over there barking? And then, like, my dad's got a beautiful rose bush. It was the rose bush that the girls at work bought my dad when my mom passed. So it's like 3 years old, and this year it's just like blooming like gangbusters. I mean, it'll just bloom, and then all of them fall off, and then it'll start over. But the dogs are sitting there; they're all happily enjoying running wild. So hopefully, this is a better thing. But yeah, whenever I'm switching cameras and all, it'll freeze me and then pixelate a little and then come back. So it should be better now. I hadn't really done a whole lot this week. I did go to Dollar General. Noticed that prices have gone way, way, way up. It's like, oh my God. It's like, who needs food? It's like, don't want to eat food. Food's like out of the question right now. It's like, I'll just go get me some stuff and add water to it and drink a shake. It's like, good God. Evidently, someone's fixing to drive by because, yeah, there it is. The people, I call them the circus people. I'm bad. I call them the circus people because they actually live at the beginning of our road in a tent, in a big circus tents. And they use our road for a raceway with a little dune buggy thing. And so, well, I'll be, let me try coming out and coming back in, guys. Okay, down.